It is Rework Week, everyone. And while an official Weber rework is right around the corner, mind you, I thought it would be fun to revisit Clay Entertainment's first ever character refresh with Winona here. Once a boring Wilson clone turned engineer extraordinaire, Winona most certainly brought a little spice of life to the constant. But what if there was just a little bit more? What if but a couple additions and even some tweaked mechanics could propel her even further beyond? Well, let's find out. And it all starts with one of them new additions here, the Handy Wrench. Found under her engineering tab and costing 1 cut stone, 2 niter, and 1 trusty tape, the Handy Wrench is indeed a weapon at the end of the day that will boast 200 uses total at 34 damage a use. Well, if you're fighting anything that isn't a clockwork, that is. Use the Handy Wrench against those machines, and suddenly its damage will double to 68 per use instead. Simple and appropriate. It's a good start, I'd say. And oh yeah, she also starts with it in her inventory, mind you. But you know, I'd also say that things get oh so much better immediately, folks. Now, it has been years since Winona's official rework, and the one thing that always comes up, even to this day, is the fact that Winona cannot turn off her very own generators at will. Well, we should bring it up no longer, as with a Handy Wrench in hand, we now have complete control over a generator's use, which is really going to help preserve some niter down the line. But what does that mean for the generator's beard? Can we turn them on and off now too? Well, sort of. For you see, the Handy Wrench does indeed allow for us to remove the gems that are powering the machine, but only 2 out of the 3, mind you. Still, while you will always lose at least 1 gem, you can still just save 1 to 2 of them. So I'd still call that a win, I think. Enjoy your newfound power over, power, I suppose. But now the true fun begins. Listen, we should all know by now that Winona's catapults are kind of amazing. However, they could be considered a bit slow on occasion, couldn't they? So here they are, with no tune-up, and they hit their target every 4 seconds or so, give or take. But if we give them a little tune-up with a Handy Wrench nowadays, suddenly every catapult that you touched will be launching rocks every 2 seconds or so instead. Give or take, of course. You'll be bonking your enemies with rocks so fast, they won't even know what hit them. Have fun. But tune-ups, you say? Can we tune up Winona's Spotlight's beard? Sure. But are they still out of place and not good even with this mod? Well, maybe. But I think I'm going to leave that up to you to decide. So here is what a normal Spotlight's radius will look like when playing without any tune-ups. And here it is with one. I mean, there is definitely a notable difference that will definitely be more beneficial. So don't get me wrong here. But I have just never really liked the Spotlights in general, so I'm just indifferent to all this, if you know what I mean. Not the mod's faults, mostly just the official rework's faults. Still, while Spotlight tune-ups don't actually increase a Spotlight's range technically, they sort of do anyways, as since the radii increase, the more reach every Spotlight has. It ain't much, but it's something, I suppose. And this here's something too. Our next new machine, the gearing wheel. Also found under Winona's engineering tab, a gearing wheel will cost 2 cut stone, 2 electrical doodads, and 1 trusty tape to create, and when placed in range of a spotlight, will allow for us to aim said spotlight wherever we please. Now, only 1 machine can be controlled at one time unless we meet some certain criteria that we'll soon be talking about here in a bit. And unfortunately, a spotlight won't actually stay where we place it, but there is some good here. If we tune a gearing wheel that's in range of a spotlight, we can actually use said wheel to fully power said spotlight without any generator on of any sorts. And that's very cool. Because it's not just the spotlights, folks. A gearing wheel will also allow for us to aim up to 1 catapult wherever we please. And now things get interesting. Have fun using all this to your advantage out there. Again, however, folks, a gearing wheel can only power and control one spotlight or one catapult at a time, even if other machines are in range of it, and even if said machines are powered. I know folk would have probably asked for more clarity there, so I just wanted to relay this information one last time. Make notes. But yes, if you do indeed want the most control over the most machines, then you will need to deck out your boats, folks. Why? Well, because a gearing wheel can control multiple machines on a boat and a boat alone. And while that is a bit sad for any of those who don't actually sail all that often or just don't like it, I think this all will kinda ease your pain a bit. Because being able to aim multiple spotlights and catapults without having to worry about power all the time, while also exploring the high seas, is a little too good to pass up. So I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm ready to set sail. But before we do so and wrap up here today, here is just one last teensy tiny thing that this mini rework also adds to the table. Armor repair. Typically useful for clothes and boat leaks alone, Winona can now also quote-unquote patch armors for 34% durability with each use of her trusty tape. Now said armors will become patched, as you can see here, and will also not accept any more repairs with said tape, so make notes. But hey, even a little repair job like this is better than nothing at the end of the day. I'll take it. And I hope you do too, folks, because there you have it. A mini Winona rework brought to us by Electroly, Hobnob, and Durosco. And funny enough, this mod turned a year old just 2 flippin' days ago. So I am very happy to have just stumbled upon it after all this time, because I loved sharing it with you, as I think it's a good one. Small, simple, and sweet. And you know me. It truly is the little things that make a good mod, folks. Thanks for watching. Thanks to all of those who ever helped bring Winona's rework here to us today. Well wishes to all of ya. Enjoy some new engineering. And I'll see ya in the next one. Bye-bye.